Scientists believe that human life expectancy can only reach 125 years old. However, there have been many cases of people surpassing this threshold. So let's take a look at the top 13 oldest people in the world today and find out their secrets to longevity with Vietnam. Top 13 oldest people in the world today. Below, we'll introduce to you the 13 oldest people in the world and their secrets to longevity. 1. Mr. Tran Tuan lived 443 years old. Tran Tuan, whose courtesy name is Kak Min, is Chinese, born in 881, Hai Tongcheng era of the Tang dynasty, Tan Su year. He died in 1324, Tai Din Giap II era of the Nguyen dynasty, at the age of 443. His name was recorded in the 12-volume collection Vin Tai Huyen Chai, year 13, during the reign of Emperor Qianlong of the Qing dynasty. After his death, people carved a statue of him, placed it with his bones, and worshipped him at the Thang Tuyen Temple. Currently, the stela with his name is still preserved. His life expectancy has exceeded the threshold set by scientists and has become the longest-lived person in the world to date. See more, The Miracle of Massaging Your Feet Every Day, 2. Famous physician Lai Kan Nguyen lived 256 years old. Famous physician Li Kan Nguyen was born in 1677, an extremely famous physician at the end of the Ming dynasty and the beginning of the Qing dynasty. His life spanned all 9 Qing dynasties from Kangxi Yongzheng, Qianlong, Jiaqing, Daoguang, Shanfeng, Tongzhi, Guangxu, Xuantong, and lasted until the Republic of China. He is a rare person in the world who witnessed so many changes of the times and of Chinese history. In 1933, he died at the age of 256. And his secret to longevity is vegetarianism, maintaining a happy inner state, and regularly exercising gently, massaging the body, and regulating the meridians. Thus, to become the longest-lived person in the world, he not only focuses on diet but also cares about exercise and massage. See more, Maintaining Longevity in the Elderly, A Happy Family Together 3. Torina, 159 years old. Mrs. Torina lives in the South Sumatran Island, Indonesia. Currently, the documents proving her longevity were lost because she burned them herself in 1965 to preserve her life. Many people have begun to have doubts. However, in 2010, her daughter was 108 years old, so her 157 years old at that time can be believed. Despite her old age, her memory is still very good. She can see and hear clearly, and she can still do housework like a healthy person. She can even speak Dutch fluently because Malaysia was a Dutch colony for a time. Torina died in 2012 at the age of 159. She became the oldest woman in the world. 4. Bagoto, 145 years old. Ba is an old man from Indonesia. He lives in the city of Sragen on the island of Java. He was born on December 31st, 1870, and died on May 2nd, 2017, at the age of 147. In 2016, he could still listen to the radio. However, because his eyesight was getting worse, watching TV became a bit difficult. 5. Tuta Yusupova, 134 years, 274 days. Mrs. Tuta Yusupova, an Uzbek living in the Republic of Karapakstan. She was born on July 1st, 1880, and died on March 28, 2015, at the age of 134 years, 274 days. She once appeared in a Russian documentary. She revealed that her secret to a long and healthy life was to work regularly, massage her body by pressing acupoints and helping people. 6. Antisa Kvichava, 132 years. Antisa Kvichava lived in the village of Sachino, Russia. She was born on July 8, 1880, and retired in 1965 after working. Previously, she did manual labor, such as picking corn and picking tea. She died on September 30, 2012, at the age of 132. However, because her birth certificates were lost, many people still expressed doubts. 7. Mrs. Nguyen Thi Tru, 123 years old. Mrs. Nguyen Thi Tru was born on May 4, 1893, a Vietnamese living in Binh Chanh district. She died on the evening of July 12, 2016, at the age of 123. After her death, on July 13, 2016, she was recognized by the UNESCO World Record Association as the oldest woman in the world. According to her family, the secret to her long and healthy life is maintaining a regular diet and exercising regularly. 8. Jean Calment, 122 years and 164 days old. Jean was born on February 21, 1875, and died on August 4, 1997, at the age of 122 years and 164 days. When she was 100 years old, she could still ride a bicycle and walk when she was 114 years old. She said that the secret to her longevity was olive oil. She often used olive oil for massage. 9. Shigechio Izumi, 120 years and 237 days old. Izumi was born on June 29, 1865 in Japan and died on February 21, 1986 at the age of 120 years and 237 days old. She started working at the age of 6 in 1872 until she was 105 in 1970. She is the only Japanese person to have lived through 71 Japanese prime ministers. However, in 1986, he passed away in hospital due to pneumonia. 10. Kane Tanaka, 118 years old. Kane is one of the oldest living women in the world and one of the oldest people in Japan. She was born in 1903 and currently lives in Fukuoka Prefecture in a nursing home. In 2016, on her 113th birthday, she still has a very good memory and keeps the habit of writing poetry. 11. Lucille Randon, 117 years old. Lucille Randon is currently the oldest living person in France. According to the press, before becoming a nun, she was a nurse. Currently, although she is blind and has to use a wheelchair, her memory is still extremely sharp. Throughout her life, she has experienced the difficult years of 2 world wars. Up to now, she is 117 years old. 12. Maria Kononowicz, 116 years old. Maria Kononowicz is a Russian woman living in Belarus in Eastern Europe. Her age has not been officially verified. However, according to many sources, she was born in 1904. This means that she is now 116 years old. 10. Although she is old, she is still very active and can even do gardening work. To have such good health, she maintains a healthy diet and regular exercise. 13. Puerto Rico, 114 years old. Puerto Rico was born on August 8, 1908 in Carolina, Puerto Rico. He was recognized by the Guinness World Records Organization as the world's oldest living man on June 30, 2021, when he turned 112 years and 326 days old. As the eldest son in a family of 11 children, he had to take on many jobs from a young age. Although he lost all his hearing and had a pacemaker implanted at the age of 101, he is still very healthy.